Hello everyone, it's Fred again from Notes of a Nomad, video number 303. Today I want to talk about gifts and turtles because it's getting close to Christmas. In a few weeks' time, people will be exchanging their Christmas gifts. And it's an interesting time of the year, especially when you become an old man like me and you think about gifts that you've had from the time you were a child to what you did as an adult. And of course, men aren't the best gift buyers anyway. They're not that thoughtful as women are in general. And in general, we maybe aren't the best gift buyers. So just wanted to go over some of the experiences and some of the thoughts I have about us giving gifts. Now, why do we give gifts at Christmas? Well, there's a lot of reasons. You know, the wise men brought Jesus some precious gifts, like there was three precious gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And that's sort of part of the tradition, but it goes through history. And now it's become extremely commercialized, particularly in North America, but other parts of the world as well, where getting gifts for everybody or some people that you think you need to is quite a challenge. In fact, it can be quite dramatic in many ways where people have to say, "Oh, I don't know what to get." There's a challenge. And I was reading an article online that people were saying, I have lots of issues and I don't know what to get. For example, I have an uncle who loves certain books and art, and I really don't know what to get him. And I have a husband who has every tool in the world. What tool could I get him? I don't know what to do. And of course, my grandchildren, I want to get something appropriate, but I don't know what to do. So these are challenges. And people wrote to this individual, and she gave them some thoughts on what they could possibly give these individuals. I think the one that really struck me was my mom hates everything I get her. She doesn't have like robes or skincare, doesn't have any hobbies. So what should I get? And I remember the suggestion in this article was perhaps a food gift, like you get baskets. At least they could share. She doesn't want like everything in there. She at least can share it with her family and friends. And the other thing it mentioned was some chocolates as well. And that made me think of some of the things that I've done in my gift purchasing time. But I remember when you talk, some people don't give gifts at all. They do donations. Some families think it's too commercialized. But one example, a few years ago, I was in Australia. My daughter and her family weren't in Australia. They were traveling overseas during Christmas. So I was invited to a person's house, was a friend of my daughter, and they had two young children. And this was a family function. And my daughter had explained, this is sort of maybe a little bit overboard. Well, I estimate there was probably 40 people gathered, enormous amount of delicious food. Everybody bought food to share, and there was about 40 adults and children. And I believe that almost every person, all 40 of them, bought presents for all the other 39. And the amount of presents, I mean, the children, they had a stack of presents, probably 30 to 40 presents each. It was amazing. They never knew. I even got a couple presents. It was just part of their tradition. It was family, but uh, perhaps a little bit overboard. I was looking on giving gifts, and I think it was in Wikipedia. They mentioned there was a online survey and about getting gifts on a European online survey, and 15% of the respondents were unhappy about the gifts that they received, and 10% could not remember what gift they had received. 25% of the respondents said they had regifted their presents to someone else. 14% sold the items. 10% tried to return them to the store that they had been purchased from, and 5% returned the gift to the person who had originally given it to them. And it said seniors were more, had the tendency to send their unwanted gifts to charity. And those people between the age of 25 and 34 simply threw them away. So you really wonder, sometimes this is maybe not appropriate. It could be, but it's something that we don't plan, and it can be a lot of pressure. What should I buy my uncle or this person? And it depends on the tradition in your family, obviously. So one of the things that I remember doing when I was living in Toronto and we had some family members, and every year for the adults, I ended up buying turtles, chocolates. And year after year, I just bought everybody, all the adults, turtle chocolates. So you may wonder what they are. They're not only in Canada, but the ones that are available in Canada are um, look like this. This is the turtle, and these are the packets, are boxes of turtles. And as it shows here, that they're, um, you know, made by Nestle, and these are made in Canada, and they're actually made in New Brunswick. And New Brunswick is a province, it's a green province on the back here. You will see it when I stop sharing. It's about 5,000 kilometers from where I live, in Victoria on the Vancouver Island. And they make them all there, and they're very popular during Christmas. So they have pecan nuts, caramel covered in chocolate. And if you look at this one, it sort of looks like a turtle. So that was what I bought every year for the adults. It got so bad that some years they bought me turtles. So it was just, hey, we don't know what to buy him, but we know he likes turtles. So I would get a box of turtles from other people. Now, here's a box of turtles that I just bought recently. I'm not going to open it because if I open this, he'll be gone within a few days. I have a sweet tooth, and I'm going to share these with some friends during Christmas. So that's how I'm not going to eat all of them. I'm not going to open it. There's about 20 something, 24 approximately turtles individually wrapped in these boxes. So that is what I used to do. And you really wonder about this gift giving. It could be appropriate. I remember when I was a child, I was spoiled. I was an only child, and my father was very generous, and I received some wonderful toys. And I think that's really can be key for young people to enjoy Christmas and look forward to it. For adults, I'm not so sure because it becomes a challenge. What can we find them? My solution was buy everybody turtles. I ended up getting turtles back sometimes from them. I give them a box, and they'd give me a box. They had come in different boxes as well, and so on. So with that, I wish you, your family and friends, lots of love and laughter, and hope you have a wonderful Christmas, gifts or no gifts. So bye for now. Au revoir. Until next time, from Fred and Notes of a Nomad.